So during my devotion time and during my time of studying, I have been in the book of Proverbs, okay? I have been in the book of Proverbs. And usually when I am reading through, certain books of the Bible, I don't just kind of like run through them. I kind of like take my time. And so I have been sitting in chapters 5, 6, and even 7, all right? And the Lord has really been sharing his heart with me on the subject matter of adultery. He has really been sharing his heart with me on the subject matter of adultery. And one of the things I discovered today during my devotion time is these 3 things. The immoral woman, the strange woman, the other woman. She has 3 goals for your husband. She has 3 goals for your husband. Number 1, she is waiting on him. She is waiting on him. And the reason she's waiting on him, because the enemy has already gave her word that he is en route. The enemy has already given her word that this man has, went left. This man has walked away from his assignment. This man has started peekabooing into other things when his wife and children are asleep. This man has went astray. This man has isolated himself. This man has disconnected himself from his friends and his family. This man has started doing things on his own. So she's waiting on him. She's waiting on him. This man has turned away from his vows. This man has turned away from his wife. This man is no longer giving heed to the words that his wife is giving him. And this man is no longer listening to the good thing that God has blessed him with. This man has taken the wrong type of counsel. This man has went astray and started doing things in his own way. And so the enemy has already given the other woman, given the strange woman, given the immoral woman, look, he's en route. He's en route. He's already messing up. He's en route. He's already falling apart. He's en route. So she's waiting for him. All right. Number 2, her goal is to ensnare him. Her goal is to ensnare him. And this is one of the things I want to just emphasize to the wives who are still in the homes with their husbands, even if he's living a separate life. I want to just remind you and encourage you to don't beat that man down in his weakest hour. This ain't the time to be throwing stones at him. Don't make this man feel already worse than he's already feeling. This ain't the time to be, well, you're not doing this and you're not doing this. You need to seek the Lord on his behalf because something is wrong. If this man has disconnected himself from you, if this man have went astray, if this man have done things that, seem a little weird, a little awkward, like this is unusual, you need to be seeking the Lord on his behalf. Wife, if your husband is still living in the home with you, and even if you guys are living a separate life, something has happened for him to disconnect himself. And you have to understand, the enemy is waiting. He's waiting. And so because you wife in his ear, you wife are tearing him down. You wife are, doing all this kind of stuff. Now that woman, that strange woman, that immoral, she's on the sideline and she's waiting. Oh, you look so nice today. Oh, I like your haircut. What kind of grease you use for your hair? You got some nice waves. Oh, I like that shirt. Oh, I didn't know you had all these muscles. You so smart. Can you help me with this? Can you show me how to do this? She's waiting to ensnare your husband. She's waiting on him. She's waiting to ensnare him. She's looking for an entry. And you wife who's still in the home with your husband, don't give her an entry. Don't give her a reason. You still encourage your husband. You still lift him up in prayer. You still cover him, even if he's acting like a straight nut. Sometimes that means you can't say anything. The Bible talks about, I remember for sure my pastor used to always say, be more willing to seek to understand than to be understood. Seek to understand than to be understood. You so busy trying to put your agenda on your husband, and you don't even know what this man got going on. You don't even know the thoughts that's running through his mind. You don't even know the childhood wounds that he's been reminded of. You don't even know different triggers that's coming his way. So the immoral woman, she's waiting on him, and then she's looking for an opportunity to ensnare him. It's like a person that's out hunting, and they waiting for their animal to come. They're looking for a way to trap them. All right. And then number 3, she's looking to take him out. Her goal is to take him out, whether physically taking him out, spiritually taking him out. When I say physically, I'm not just talking about a physical death. She can be trying to take him out with his health. She can be trying to take him out of his mind, mentally taking him out. She's trying to take him out emotionally. He's all up in tangles. He don't know what's going on with him. The enemy is using the immoral woman to entrap your husband. Listen, I want to take you to Proverbs chapter 7, verses 14 to 15. I want to just read to you what it says. It said, this is the speaking from the immoral point of view. She says, I've just made my peace offering and fulfilled my vows. You're the one I was looking for. You're the one I was looking for. If you go on and read it some more, she said, and I came out here and you were here. I came out here and you were right here. She's waiting. She's looking. She's on standby. Then you go to Proverbs 7, verses 27. It says, her house is the road to the grave. Her bedroom is the den of death. Wife, the immoral woman, the other woman, the strange woman is looking to take your husband out. She's looking to seduce him. She's looking to trick him. She's using all type of words to lure him in. All kind of smell goods, all kind of look goods. All these things that I've been sharing with you. Why it's so important for you to make sure that you are on your game at all times. But not only are you on your game from a physical perspective, you need to be on your game from a spiritual perspective. The goal of the immoral woman is to take your husband out. And what I have concluded and what I feel like God has told me in this reading and during this time is, if you're not praying for him, if you are not on the throne, if you are not lifting him up to me, if you are not crying out for mercy on his behalf, guess what? Not only is she going to take him out, I'm going to let her take him out. Because you have to understand, I too love your husband. I too love my son. And I have been sending the warnings, and I have been sending people, and I have been saying things, and I have been speaking to him, and I have been giving him signs, and I have been giving him different moments to take heed to what's taking place. And he is not listening. And so that's why I have the wife who's in pain, who's going through all this kind of stuff, who's, oh my God, my husband, oh my God, he's with other women, oh my God, this, oh my God, that, who's doing all these things. I have her on standby, and I'm trying to get her right so that she can go and cry out to God on his behalf. So she can go and say, Lord, please have mercy on my husband. Forgive him for he do not know what he is doing. Forgive him because he knows not what he is doing. The enemy has blinded him. Your husband is delusional. He has been bewitched. He is under an attack. He is under a spell. They call it sometimes in a spiritual side, they call it, a love spell. He's under a love spell. I always explain to my wife, it's like a person who when you used to watch the movies, the cartoons back in the day, Tom and Jerry, and the old little lady, she had like the little nice little pie, and she put the pie on the side of the window, and then one of the Tom or his nose would get hooked to the smell, and he just like kind of floating until he finds that till he gets to that place and he finds that pie so he can go in and indulge in it. Your husband is being hooked. His nose is wide open. His nose is wide open to the attacks of the enemy. The enemy has already called the immoral woman and told her, look, be on the standby because he's on the way. I've been watching this guy. I've been looking at him. He's going down. He's been over there doing things. He's being sneaky. He's being slick. He's having all these little side conversations. He's doing stuff in the middle of the night when everybody is asleep. He's isolating himself. He's coping using this type of addictive. He's using all these types of things to cope. I'm sending him your way. He's en route. He's en route. Another family I'm getting ready to take out. Another husband I'm getting ready to take out. Listen, wife. It is so important for you. It is so important for you to understand that the enemy's goal is to take your husbands out. That's his goal. That's what he's after. That's what he's going after. And he's using the immoral woman. He's using the immoral woman. I remember one time a pastor had shared, I think it was Montel Jordan. My pastor used to be Montel Jordan before he got his own church. And he said, sometimes I would be involved with these women and what have you. And he said, I wasn't even interested in them. I wasn't even attracted to them. I was just doing it because I was just doing it. I was just doing it because I was just out here on the road. I was just doing something just to be doing something. But I wasn't even interested in them. You so busy thinking that your husband attracted to this woman. You so busy thinking that your husband is into this woman. He loved this woman. He wants to be with this woman. No, your husband is under a spiritual attack, ma'am. The enemy has taken hold of his mind. And he has allowed access to the enemy. And because he has allowed access to the enemy is pulling him in with the immoral woman. The immoral woman, her goal is she's waiting for your husband. Her goal is to ensnare him. And then eventually she wants to take him out. But wife, God has called you. God has called you to call that man's name up in prayer. God has called you to lift that man's name up. God has called you to stand in the gap for his salvation. Because God said, listen, I've already sent him the warning. I already told him. I'm already sending people on his behalf. I don't just got you on his working. I'm sending other angels. I'm sending other people that's coming on and trying to get his attention. And he ain't listening. But you, wife, because you ain't in covenant with me, you better call. You better call his name up to me. You better lift him up to me and get out of your feelings. This is bigger than your feelings. That man is sick. He is not mentally well. He is emotionally, what's the word? The word that I heard the Lord use one time. He said he's emotionally a wreck. He's not well. He needs the prayers of his wife, because if you're not praying for him, wife, the enemy goal is to take him out. Listen, I don't want you to think, oh my God, I got to pray for my husband. I got to pray for my husband. I got to pray for my husband. And you don't pray for yourself and take care of yourself. What your husband doing is not on you. The choices that he's making, that is not on you. All God is asking you is to stand in the gap and lift him up and lift him up. Everything else, you make sure that you are taking care of yourself, wife. You make sure that you are maintaining your mental, your emotional, your physical, and your spiritual health. You cry out to God and have mercy on you. God, I don't like this. God, this hurt. God, this is painful. God, I don't like this. I don't understand this. And ask God to help you. This is the hour. This is the season where God is calling you to another level, wife. This is the hour. This is the season for you to do your work. You need to be in place so that you can do your part on this. If you still need help, if you're still struggling with this, I want to encourage you to sign up for your wife consultation today. You can sign up at www.marriagechroniclesbytanika.com. Listen, wife, get in alignment in this hour. God is calling you to a higher place. He needs you to get in alignment with him. Your husband's soul is on the line. Blessings.